My mother described herself as looking like a scarcely living pregnant skeleton. She weighed 5 stone, 35 kilograms, and she was 9 months pregnant. And this farmer brought her a glass of milk. But there was a Nazi officer standing near her, and he had a whip. And he raised his whip to shoulder height as if to beat my mother if she accepted the glass of milk. But he didn't. He didn't say anything. He lowered his arm and he let her have the glass of milk. She maintained that saved her life.
That is Eva Clark, who was born at Auschwitz, and telling her story, she recounts her mother's story of how becoming pregnant in a concentration camp was considered by Nazis to be a crime punishable by death. Hers is one of many stories we are hearing on this important day, and we are continuing this discussion with Samantha Abramson. She's the executive director of the Holocaust Education Resource Center. Thank you so much for joining us here this afternoon. As we hear that story from Eva Clark, we're also hearing about a lot of stories that have ties to Wisconsin for the Holocaust.
Thank you so much for having me and for helping us mark this important day. We are fortunate at the Holocaust Education Resource Center, which is based right here in Milwaukee, to have several Holocaust survivors who form our Speakers Bureau. These are heroes who tell their stories again and again for thousands and thousands of students each year. And they go into Wisconsin's classrooms and work with our middle and high school students as part of our Act 30 programming.
How important is it to have these survivors share those stories with everyone who is here today, but especially the younger generation?
It's so important because in this period that we're in right now, there's a lot of Holocaust denial and distortion out there. There's a huge rise in anti-Semitism. In fact, in Wisconsin, we know that there's a 570% increase in anti-Semitic incidents since 2015. And our survivors are our connection to that history, to the Holocaust, and we know that they will not be here for many more years to share their stories.
And when you talk about the Holocaust deniers and the anti-Semitism, how do you counter that messaging? Because this obviously is an important part of our world's history, but there are voices out there who say this never happened or these stories are grossly exaggerated.
It's a real challenge, and for us, education is key. We need to make sure that these testimonials are recorded. We have an archive of survivor testimonies from Wisconsin specifically, and we also have digital resources available for classrooms in Wisconsin. We have to make sure that we're providing accurate information and facts, because in the face of rising anti-Semitism today, we can't afford to lose the lessons that history teaches us.
And I want to look at a couple of numbers here, because a report published last year from the Claims Conference estimated the amount of Jewish Holocaust survivors that are worldwide. That number, nearly 250,000 survivors, 16% in the U.S., that's nearly 40,000. How often are you meeting people and hearing news stories that you have not heard before?
You know, it's incredible. We have 4 Holocaust survivors in our Speakers Bureau right now who speak regularly. About a year and a half ago, we brought a call out to find more Holocaust survivors in the Milwaukee area, and we had a gathering of about 65 survivors who are living in Milwaukee. And we are in the process right now of collecting those testimonies, and of course that takes certainly funding and staffing, but that is a priority we have right now at the Holocaust Education Resource Center.
And how do you show appreciation for the survivors who are brave enough to share their story? Because not everyone does, everyone who survived and went through the Holocaust.
We shower our survivors with love and gratitude every day, but as much as we can do as a staff, it's the students themselves that send hundreds of thank you notes a year to the survivors they meet with. And our survivors often tell us that the best form of standing up against hate they can do is be in those classrooms with the students. They feel like this is why they're still alive, is to tell these stories.
And real quickly, when you speak to the students who hear these stories, what's the response you get from them?
You know, when we work with our students, most of the students, and we do surveys before and after each program, they are more likely to stand up against injustice after learning about the Holocaust. And the Holocaust survivors themselves provide an incredible opportunity for students to connect with that humanity.
So hearing the stories and sharing the stories, both equally important.
Exactly.
All right, Samantha Abramson, thank you so much for sharing
Thank you so much.
That stories with us here today. And we want to let our viewers know about a documentary our sister station KCRA in Sacramento put together. They spent 5 years with a pair of sisters who survived the Holocaust. It's titled Always Remember Your Name. You can stream it for free on demand on the Very Local app.